Abortion-obsessed candidates took a lot of L's this election season. Get ready to hear the top 5 worst pro-abortion publicity stunts from this year. Everything from flat-out denying science to twerking for votes to homemade pornography. Trust me, you're gonna wanna stick around for all these. Starting off with number 5, we have family doctor Scott Jensen of Minnesota. In his campaign video, he holds a baby in his arms while claiming that pro-life laws are divisive and saying he has no intention of protecting preborn babies from abortion violence. You would think that someone who has delivered hundreds of babies would know that the birth canal isn't this magical tunnel that grants personhood and human rights. As it turns out, showing people the babies that you're not willing to defend while asking for their votes is not an effective campaign strategy. So in 4th place, we have Katie Darling, a candidate from Louisiana who used a video of her giving birth to promote her pro-abortion stance. You heard that right. She shared her support for a barbaric procedure that literally dismembers, rips the heads off of, starves to death, and forces heart attacks on babies while giving birth to and holding the very baby that she was campaigning for her right to kill. Shockingly, this didn't appeal to voters, and a pro-life candidate won in her place. Coming in at number 3, we have Stacy Abrams, the infamous 2-time failed candidate for governor of Georgia, who proudly claimed on live TV that the sound of a baby's heartbeat you hear on an ultrasound is a manufactured sound used to manipulate women. That sound you hear during an ultrasound? Fake. The little beating heart that you can see? Fake. That thing that's pumping blood through literally every living person. Yeah, babies don't have those. Sorry, pro-lifers made that up to trick you. Shortly after this, Students 5 staff members confronted her at her rallies, where she claimed that a baby's stage of physical development and growth is something that a doctor and a mother can decide for themselves. Her failed race for governor once again proved what we already know. Directly rejecting scientific fact in order to justify abortion extremism is not a winning issue. She lost by over 300,000 votes to a candidate who knows that feelings don't change facts. In a close 2nd place, we have Rhode Island State Senator Tiara Mack, who promoted her campaign for re-election with videos of her twerking upside down on the beach. These were posted on her district's official TikTok pages. She claimed that her twerking was a powerful illustration of body autonomy and that the only reason that the headlines were even talking about her body was the reversal of Roe v. Wade. Unfortunately, Mack won her re-election, but in the name of feminism, it was a loss for women's dignity and respect everywhere. Last but absolutely not least, we have a failed candidate for US Congress who promoted his campaign by making his own homemade pornography. We're obviously not going to show the video, let alone glorify it with a single view, but I'll read you some of the statements from his website. On his website, he says that men should not be required to support biological children without prior agreement. Whatever, Mr. BroChoicer. This wipes away decades of work to hold fathers accountable and gives men permission to abandon their families, as if the absentee father crisis isn't already bad enough in America. He also went on to say that he wants to redefine the abortion debate as a right to unplanned sex. Let's get one thing clear here. Asserting that you have a right to sex in any capacity, in any context, is the ideology of a rapist, and it is something that any public policy should be built off of. Thankfully, this guy, like many other pro-abortion candidates, will be nowhere near public office this year.